Now let's move to another lesson under Module 3, Recognizing Safety Hazards and Appropriate Control Measures. And this time, our focus is fire hazards and fire safety controls. Connected ito sa previous discussion natin on unsafe conditions. Kanina, nakita natin na maraming unsafe conditions sa workplace, office equipment, materials, at work environment. Examples nito ang overloaded electrical outlets, damaged power cords, flammable paper stored near electrical equipment, blocked emergency exits, wet floors, poor housekeeping, and cluttered walkways. At lahat ng yan may direct connection sa fire prevention at emergency readiness. This lesson focuses on fire hazards and fire safety controls. It continues from the earlier discussion on unsafe conditions such as overloaded outlets, damaged power cords, flammable paper near electrical equipment, blocked exits, wet floors, poor housekeeping, and cluttered walkways. These are all connected to fire prevention and emergency readiness. In simple terms, fire safety is not only about what to do during a fire. It is also about identifying and correcting the conditions that can start a fire, make it worse, or delay evacuation. In this lesson, we will discuss fire hazards. Fire is one of the most serious safety hazards in any workplace because it can cause injury, death, panic, property damage, business interruption, and emergency evacuation. So kapag pinag-uusapan natin ang fire safety, hindi ito maliit na topic. Now, may common misunderstanding ang ilang workers. Iniisip nila na ang fire hazards ay mostly para lang sa factories, kitchens, or construction sites. Pero ang totoo, pwede ring magkaroon ng fire sa office and service industry workplaces. Kasama dito ang offices, BPOs, IT companies, training centers, call centers, clinics, shared service centers, and professional service workplaces. Bakit? Because even if office-based ang work, marami pa rin pwedeng maging source ng ignition or fire spread. For example, fire may start from overloaded outlets, damaged cords, overheating equipment, pantry appliances, paper storage, cleaning chemicals, server rooms, UPS batteries, or poor housekeeping. So mapapansin natin maraming fire hazards ay actually connected sa everyday workplace conditions. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng nagsisimula ang fire risk sa simpleng bagay na lagi lang nakikita pero hindi na aksyonan agad. For example, yung extension cord na overloaded na pero ginagamit pa rin yung sirang power cord, yung pantry appliance na iniiwang nakasaksak, yung cluttered storage area na nagdadagdag ng combustible materials, or yung poor housekeeping na nagpapahirap sa access at evacuation. So the purpose of this lesson is to help workers understand what fire is, how it becomes a hazard, how fire spreads, what types of fires may occur, how to control fire hazards, how to use fire extinguishers, and what to do if trapped or caught inside a room during a fire. Kailangan din nating maintindihan paano ito nagsisimula, paano ito lumalala, paano ito makokontrol, at paano tayo makaka-respond ng tama. So the key mindset for this lesson is this: fire hazards must be recognized early, controlled early, and never treated as small issues. Kasi ang maliit na electrical problem today, pwedeng maging malaking fire incident bukas kapag hindi naagapan. So now that malinaw na sa atin why fire hazards are serious in the workplace, the next basic question is this: what is fire? Kasi bago natin maintindihan how to prevent fire, kailangan malinaw muna kung ano talagang fire and paano ito nagsisimula. Fire is a chemical reaction that produces heat, light, smoke, and flame. So ang fire ay hindi lang simpleng apoy na nakikita natin. Sa OSH, ang fire is understood as a chemical reaction called combustion. Anong ibig sabihin ng combustion? Combustion happens when fuel combines with oxygen and is heated enough to release energy in the form of heat, light, smoke, and flame. So sa madaling salita, para magkaroon ng fire, kailangan may something to burn, enough heat to start burning, and oxygen to keep burning. Kapag kumpleto ang conditions na yan, pwedeng magsimula ang fire. At once nagsimula ang sunog, pwede itong kumalat ng mabilis, lalo na kung may combustible materials, poor housekeeping, blocked exits, or delayed response. Now, let's apply this sa office or service industry setting. Sa office, the fuel may be paper, cardboard, furniture, plastic materials, curtains, electrical insulation, and even cleaning chemicals. The heat source may be overloaded outlet, defective charger, overheated printer, short circuit, pantry appliance, or server equipment. And oxygen is normally present in the air, so hindi na yung problema sa availability. Ibig sabihin, kung may fuel at may heat source, pwede nang mabuo ang condition for fire. Kaya very important ang point na ito. Fire does not happen by magic. Fire happens when the conditions for combustion are present. Napaka-importanting mindset niyan sa OSH. Kasi once naintindihan natin na ang fire ay may conditions, mas maintindihan din natin kung paano ito mapipigilan. For example, kung aalisin natin ang unnecessary combustible clutter, nababawasan ang fuel. Kung aayusin natin ang overloaded outlets and defective cords, nakokontrol natin ang heat source. Kung maayos ang housekeeping and early response, nababawasan ang chance na mabilis kumalat ang sunog. So this slide is not only about defining fire, it is also preparing us to think in a prevention mindset. Instead of saying, saan kaya galing ang sunog? Mas magandang tanong ay, ano ang pwedeng masunog dito? Ano ang pwedeng maging source ng init? May conditions ba dito na pwedeng mag-start ng combustion? Kapag ganyan ang way of thinking, mas nagiging proactive ang fire safety. So, kapag tinanong kayo, what is fire? Pwedeng ninyong sabihin, fire is a combustion reaction that happens when fuel, heat, and oxygen come together. Key takeaway, fire is a chemical reaction called combustion. It starts when fuel, heat, and oxygen are present together. Understanding this helps workers recognize fire hazards and control the conditions that can start a fire. So now that malinaw na sa atin what fire is, the next important question is this. Paano nagiging workplace hazard ang fire? Usually, nagiging hazard ito kapag may unsafe conditions na pinabayaan sa workplace. Fire becomes a workplace hazard when heat, fuel, oxygen, and unsafe conditions are allowed to combine. Ibig sabihin, ang fire hazard hindi lang tungkol sa apoy mismo. Nagsisimula ito kapag ang workplace pinapayagan na magsama-sama ang fuel, heat source, oxygen, at unsafe conditions without proper control. That is why ang fire prevention is really about controlling the conditions before ignition happens. For example, imagine may paper boxes stored beside an overloaded extension cord. Ano ang meron doon? May fuel na, which is the paper, may heat source na, which is the overloaded extension, at may oxygen na from the air. So kung mag-overheat ang outlet, pwedeng mag-ignite ang paper at magsimula ang fire. Now, if the same area also has poor housekeeping, mas madali pang kumalat ang sunog because may additional clutter or combustible materials nearby. And if the fire extinguisher is blocked or the workers do not know the evacuation route, the situation becomes even more dangerous. So mapapansin natin, ang fire hazard is not only about how the fire starts. It is also about how the workplace allows the fire to grow and become harder to control. Now, another important point sa slide na ito is the need to recognize early warning signs. Minsan, bago pa magkaroon ng actual flame, may warnings na. For example, burning smell, sparks repeated tripping of breakers, warm plugs, flickering lights, smoking equipment, unusual equipment noise. Lahat ng yan should never be ignored. Kasi kapag binaliwala natin ang early warning signs, pwedeng ang small electrical issue today maging actual fire incident later. So the practical message of this slide is very important. Fire hazards are created when unsafe electrical conditions, combustible materials, poor housekeeping, and weak emergency readiness are allowed to exist together. Ibig sabihin, kung gusto nating pigilan ang fire hazard, hindi sapat na may extinguisher lang. Kailangan din nating ayusin ang unsafe electrical conditions, control ang combustible materials, maintain good housekeeping, keep exits and firefighting equipment accessible, and make sure workers know what to do during emergency. So sa fire safety, wag lang nating tingnan ng apoy. Tingnan natin ang mga conditions sa workplace na pwedeng magpasimula at magpalala ng sunog. Key takeaway, fire becomes a workplace hazard when fuel, heat, oxygen, and unsafe conditions are allowed to combine. Preventing fire means controlling unsafe electrical conditions, combustible materials, housekeeping problems, and weak emergency readiness before ignition happens. Now, before we discuss fire extinguishers, evacuation, and what to do during a fire emergency, kailangan muna nating maintindihan ang pinaka-basic principle of fire. fire does not happen by accident only. Fire happens when the right conditions come together. And in fire safety, we call this the fire triangle. The fire triangle means that fire needs three elements to start and continue burning: heat, fuel, and oxygen. Kapag kumpleto ang tatlong ito, fire can start. But if we remove even one element, the fire cannot continue. That is the simple but very important idea behind fire prevention and fire control. Let us discuss each one in a workplace setting. Heat. First is heat. Heat is the ignition source. Ito ang nagpapasimula ng apoy. In an office or BPO-type workplace, heat may come from overloaded electrical outlets, loose plugs, defective chargers, laptop adapters, extension cords, microwaves, coffee makers, printers, photocopying machines, UPS units, server rooms, or equipment that overheats. For example, kapag maraming devices ang nakasaksak sa isang extension cord, laptop charger, phone charger, monitor, printer, electric fan, and the extension cord is not designed for that load, pwede itong uminit. Sometimes, the warning signs are very simple: warm plug, burning smell, flickering light, spark, or repeated tripping of the breaker. Ang problema, minsan sanay na tayo. Sasabihin natin, normal lang yan, or ganyan talaga yung outlet. But in fire safety, those are warning signs. Hindi dapat binabaliwala. So when we talk about heat, we are talking about anything that can ignite combustible materials. Fuel. Second is fuel. Fuel is anything that can burn. Sa office, fuel is not only gasoline or chemicals. In fact, many ordinary workplace materials are fuel. Examples are bond paper, cardboard boxes, tissue, plastic packaging, folders, curtains, office chairs, carpet, wood, cleaning materials, alcohol, disinfectants, and even accumulated dust or trash. So let us imagine this situation. May overloaded extension cord under the workstation. Then beside it may paper files, carton boxes, or plastic packaging. That means the heat source and the fuel are already close to each other. Kung mag-overheat ang cord or magkaroon ng spark, that is how a small unsafe condition can become a serious fire emergency. This is why housekeeping is connected to fire prevention. Hindi lang siya tungkol sa pagiging malinis or organized. Good housekeeping removes unnecessary fuel from the workplace. Oxygen. Third is oxygen. Oxygen supports combustion. Naturally, oxygen is present in the air, so in most workplaces, available na siya. We do not usually notice oxygen because it is always around us. But once there is heat and fuel, oxygen helps the fire continue burning. This is why some fire control methods work by separating oxygen from the fire. For example, foam can cover flammable liquid vapor, so oxygen cannot feed the fire. Carbon dioxide can displace oxygen around the fire. A fire blanket can smother small fires by cutting off oxygen. But in real workplace situations, we must be careful. Hindi ibig sabihin na basta tatakpan lang ang apoy. The control method must match the type of fire. That is why training is important. So the key lesson is this: remove one side of the triangle and the fire cannot continue. If we remove heat, the fire cools down. Example, switching off equipment, unplugging unsafe devices if safe to do so, or using water for ordinary combustible fires. But only when it is safe and not electrical. If we remove fuel, the fire has nothing to burn. Example, keeping paper boxes away from outlets, not storing cleaning chemicals near heat sources, removing clutter, and keeping evacuation routes clear. If we remove oxygen, the fire can be smothered. Example, using the correct extinguisher, closing a door to slow fire spread, using foam or CO2 where appropriate, or using a fire blanket for small applicable fires. In other words, fire prevention is not only about reacting when there is already fire. Fire prevention is about controlling heat sources, controlling fuel, and understanding how oxygen supports fire. Let us apply this to a normal workday. Imagine an employee working at a workstation. Under the table, there is an extension cord. Nakakabit ang laptop charger, monitor, phone charger, and maybe another device. Beside the table, there are paper documents and carton boxes from office supplies. At first, nothing happens. Normal ang work. But after several hours, the extension cord becomes hot. The plug becomes loose. Then there is a spark. Now look at the fire triangle. Heat is present because of the overheated electrical connection. Fuel is present because of paper, cardboard, and plastic materials. Oxygen is present because it is already in the air. Kompleto na ang fire triangle. That is when fire can start. Now if we want to prevent this, what should we do? We control heat by avoiding overloaded outlets and reporting defective electrical equipment. We control fuel by keeping paper and boxes away from electrical sources. We maintain housekeeping so combustible materials do not accumulate. We make sure employees know where the fire extinguisher, alarm, and exit routes are. That is practical fire prevention. Earlier, we discussed the fire triangle. We said that fire needs three things: heat, fuel, and oxygen. Now, in modern fire science, we also discussed the fire tetrahedron. The fire tetrahedron is simply an expanded version of the fire triangle. It adds one more important element, and that is the chemical chain reaction. So instead of only three elements, we now have four: heat, fuel, oxygen, and chemical chain reaction. Now, do not worry, hindi natin kailangan maging chemist para maintindihan ito. The practical meaning is simple. Once a fire starts, there is a reaction happening inside the flame that allows the fire to continue burning. Now that we already understand the fire triangle and the fire tetrahedron, let us apply those concepts to the actual workplace. In an office or service industry workplace, fire hazards are usually not very obvious at first. Hindi siya palaging malaking apoy agad. Most of the time, fire hazards begin as small, unsafe conditions that people see every day but sometimes ignore. Examples are overloaded outlets, damaged cords, paper stored near electrical equipment, pantry appliances, overheating IT equipment, blocked fire extinguishers, poor housekeeping, and improper chemical storage. These may look simple, but when we connect them to the fire triangle, we will see that they can provide the heat, fuel, and conditions needed for fire to start. In the Philippines, safety is not only a company policy, it is also part of legal compliance and workplace responsibility. The Revised Fire Code of the Philippines, or RA 9514, focuses on the prevention and suppression of destructive fires and requires adherence to fire prevention and safety measures. Under RA 11058, workers also have the right to know workplace hazards, the right to report accidents, and workplaces are expected to have an OSH program, OSH committee, and safety officer to help manage occupational safety and health. So when we discuss fire hazards, hindi ito para manakot. This is about awareness, prevention, and shared responsibility. Number 1, overloaded outlets.